here we are, Daingerfield, site number 9. So, it's a little hot. All set up, for the most part. Got the view of the lake. Got a lot of lilies there on the end here. So, swimming areas. If we go through that trail to the right, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's that way. So, I'm sure we'll check that out. Don't know about today or tomorrow. In terms of the site itself, we did have to go up on our rollers on this side, passenger side. We went up on that in order to level out. Not too bad front to back. It does kind of dip down, so back end's kind of a little bit lower, which is okay. You know, that's why we have the extra supports. All right, with the Indiana fever just played. We are very excited because they actually won, so we're happy about that. Right now, I'm finally getting to scan for channels. You gotta forgive the wife. She not know what she does. Yeah, I found out these foil loaf pans work perfectly for my Blackstone. My little 22-inch here works great, fits in there perfectly. And me, I can't do this with wooden hands, so give me a sec. I'll show you. Shabam! There you go. See, look at that. Fits perfectly in there, and then makes cleanup so much easier. All I gotta do is pull that thing out, and I'm good to go. I'll let it sit there, and next couple cooks on the Blackstone will work. I did take off my little wind guards because it's not windy out, so that's what those are. Those, if you watched the last vlog, you saw that, you know, these were very easy to install. We got the back ones here. Those are actually the back ones that go there and there, and then those are the ones on the side. But there's no wind, so don't need to use them. We're going to do hot dogs tonight, and I think mac and cheese possibly inside. I don't know. Maybe. Good morning. I'm going to try to sit outside as long as I can. It's a little muggy. Very humid right now, so got the fan going. I'll do some reading. I love the camping style. Seriously, this one's maybe awake for an hour. Back asleep. Rough being a teenager. Oh yeah, it's time to get in the lake. Yeah, we'll see. It looks like it's kind of clouded over for a little bit, but the sun will be back out. We're gonna try walking down. We'll see how far it is from our site. I don't think it's very far at all, if I remember right, from our last adventure here. Oh yeah, time to go dip our toes in. Well, since swimming, we've just kind of been hanging out pretty much outside, really. Hasn't been too bad out. Same with the van in front of you. It's really not bad at all. Pretty comfortable. We're going to try something different we've never done before, but we're going to try to do some sausage, biscuits, and gravy. So, we'll see if it works.
I'm going to...
Turned out pretty good.
Which one should I make? That's pretty tough. Why do you have
some
that
carrots?
There's a piece of mom's hair,
oh.
even though it's pulled out.
Oh, no.
Hey, my hair's pulled out.
No.
All right,
We're also going to play the DC card game. So, we're going to get going. Good morning. Don't worry, it's not too hot yet. This guy, he loves coming outside. He like calls at the door and whines and whines. And now he gets to chill. Well, I had to take a trip in town because I forgot something that I was going to need for our trip here. So I had to go pick that up and down it back. While I was there, I took the tire in. We had issues right before we left with one of the tires with low pressure. Ended up having to get a whole new tire because the tread was pretty worn down. He wasn't even going to look at the hole in it to warranty it out because there was the tread needed replaced because of the tread. So got that done. It's not the tire I wanted, but it's a safe peace of mind knowing that I have a spare if something were to happen. on this trip. I didn't want to risk them not getting the brand in that I want to have on the trailer. So this will always serve as the spare, and I'll keep the nice ones on the trailer from here on out. Makes me think I need to check the other tires to see how they're looking. Well, these two tires, I think these are the newer two. Tread's looking really well on these two, so it must be on the driver's side over there, and I got my towel things wrapped around. Maybe I'll move them and try to take a look at those over there. All right, let's take a look. Nope. Must have just been the one tire. Looks like we are good, because that's the one that, that's the one that we replaced before we left. So I think I'm good on replacing tires. Woohoo! That's a good thing. The end of the last campsite we were at, the water flow pressure seemed kind of off. Didn't know why, and I've come to the conclusion it's because outside water filter needed replaced. Not my big bulky dirt guard, but the other small one, and I replaced it with one that I think takes it to 5 microns, something like that. Hey, you know what? It's working. Flow looks great. A lot better than it did last week when we camped. Yeah, not quite sure what that is, but Amber had good eyes. I don't think it's alive anymore though. See the flies around it? I think somebody got it with their vehicle. Good morning. Nothing too eventful so far today. It's definitely on the warmer side. I've just been sitting out with my nice fan, keeping myself cool. Oop, there went a squirrel. You didn't see it, but I did. The nice part about this is the trail that goes right behind the sites. And that will take you up to the lake where you can get in to swim, which is really nice. And the last time we were here, man, none of that. I mean, it's been 3 years, but I don't remember it being that thick and heavy of lily pads there. It's pretty cool to see, though. At some point, I think we're going to bust out the paddleboard, the stand-up paddleboard, and give it a try out on the lake. The nice part about this is this lake is very clear. The water is really clear because there's you can't have motorized boats in this lake, which is really nice. And then it also helps because there's not a lot of wake. So using a paddleboard in it, a kayak, it's got to be pretty much easier to do than if you're on a big lake where you've got boats buzzing around everywhere. And we broke out the paddleboard. Finally, Roman's giving it a go. He was just kneeling, now he's standing. It's pretty cool. Boy's got talent, that's for sure. Well, our magnet collection is growing and growing and growing. There's our newest one right here where we're at, Daingerfield. Yeah. Well, we got our wonderful dinner. We're doing some cauliflower flavored spicy cauliflower wings. And we picked up some English muffins, and they're gonna do like pizza muffin things. I think we're doing that too, so real fancy tonight. Good morning. This is our last full day. Happy 4th of July, by the way. This is our last full day. And as we've been here, I've been looking at the sites, these pull-throughs. 8, 9, and 10, I think, are the best for shade. So if you're going to come during the summer, try to book those. I think you pay extra for this, but the sites are decently level and easy to get in and out. We went to Loop that's down by the, you have to go towards the swimming area, and we drove through that area this time. We didn't last time, but we drove through it. A lot of sites not level at all. Like, we watched one pull in, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna get that thing leveled out. But there's a few in there that are, but a lot of them are pretty well slanted, so front to back is not good. So take that with a grain of salt, but we're gonna enjoy the last day Probably get back out on that paddleboard today.
Hey, it was all.
It's kind of hard to see, but got everything pretty much picked up, ready to go for the morning. We are heading out tomorrow. Well, we'll probably leave around 10:30-ish. Depends what time everybody gets up, but got all that done. Since we're at the full site hookups, we're all dumped and ready to go. Enjoying the night, watching a movie with the kiddos, and we'll be off to bed and on the road. So we'll see you at the next campsite.